Hello there. Welcome back to grade 11 business studies. Still working on question papers. So today we have a question paper that we want to look at that is on the topic of business roles. And we are going to look at question 3 of that question paper. So our question is we are starting from 3.1 and we are going to end on 3.4. So we are going to start on the first question, that is 3.1, which reads name or causes of conflict in workplace. So the causes that are being asked are four of them. So we are supposed to raise at least four causes of conflict, and our question has got 4 marks. So first of all, we know that conflict is a disagreement between workers when it is from the context of a workplace. We are saying it's a disagreement between workers. So or we can alternatively try to define it as a serious incompatibility between two or more opinions, or be it incompatibility between principles or interests. So this is the basic definition that we have in terms of a conflict. Then we'll see that the disagreements might come from the point of view of different opinions that are there between different workers, and that condition that we have of different opinions will lead to a conflict, that is disagreement. So moving on to our answer, we would say that we have got various options that we are given there in terms of causes of conflict. So if we go to our other section, we would say that we have a lot of them that are being listed here that cause a conflict. First one is lack of proper communication between leaders and members. I would say that lack of proper communication also can finally lead to disagreements. Then we also have differences in backgrounds, cultures, or values, or beliefs, or language can also result in disagreements. Then you've got limited business resources, personality differences between individuals also, different opinions, and fair workload also can lead to disagreements. Ill-managed stress also can also lead to conflict. And then we have unrealistic expectations, poor organization, be it poor leadership, poor administrative procedures, and systems. So this also can lead to that. Then we've got confusion about scheduling, that is confusion about deadlines also. And then we've got ignoring rules or ignoring procedures, then misconduct or unacceptable behavior, high competition or intense competition also, or beta incompetitiveness. So we have got also poor communication and clear responsibilities going down with other options that we are given there. So that we also have distracted by personal objectives, consent. We also have other one, which is constant changes in the workplace also can be another cause. So we have here. And then with unfair treatment of workers, that is also favoritism by management or discrimination could also lead to conflict. The lack of trust amongst workers also can lead to conflict. So this is what, so we've got the main causes that we have here, but our question is only asking for 4. So we can be able to raise only 4 so that we can get all the marks. So going on to the next question, I would say that the next question reads outline 2 external causes of change in the workplace. So this question is asking us for anything that comes outside the organization or business that can cause change in the workplace. So we've got various factors that can cause change in the workplace that are not coming within the workplace. For example, we can have the political situation in the country, or the government policies can also cause change in the workplace. Remember, operations of the business are affected by government policies. Government policies we are talking about, for example, we're talking about fiscal policy. So the adjustment of the fiscal policy also in terms can also cause changes in the workplace. For example, if the taxation is raised, it means it's going to make even cost of production being increasing, and when cost of production increasing, obviously there's always going to be a contraction in the production processes, and they're going to reduce their production because it's now expensive to produce, to buy the raw materials, to buy the inputs. So those are some of the causes of changes in the workplace. So we go to our answer section to try to see what causes and we have in terms of causing changes in workplace. So we going down, we see that 3.2, that's where we are. And we are saying we can have political factors, for example, government policy, and international trade relations also can cause conflict. Remember, the business might be importing maybe some of the raw materials And also, if in that case, if we have got poor international trade relations with the country from which we are trading and are buying our raw materials or inputs, it might affect the operations of the business. So it will also cause a change in the operations of the business. So we have got also social factors, e.g., poverty, unemployment. We also have HIV and AIDS are being under the social factors, and you can also have economic factors. Rate obviously can also lead to changes in the workplace, because our interest rates, remember, they mean a cost of borrowing. So if it increases, it means we are not able to access funds at a lower cost. And then also inflation rate. Also, this is a macroeconomic problem which eventually businesses. Then we also have a legal factor, for example, technological factors. That is advancing production techniques in the ICT revolution is also a cause, or introduction of new product or changes in pricing can also cause a change. So these are the factors that we have. But if you go back to our question, you'll see that 3.2 is only asking for 2 external factors. So you can be able to, believe that we are given 3.3, which need to read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. So we are going to go through the scenario that we have in the answer. So the scenario that we are given is for Kaya Business Consultants. Kaya Business Consultants, that is in brackets KBC, and it reads: Kaya Business Consultants is a service business offering advice to small emerging businesses. During the meeting sessions, team members often question each other's ideas and opinions. Then 3.3.1 reads: identify the stage of team development that is applicable to the scenario above. Motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario. And our question has got 3 marks. So we can maybe start by understanding what we mean by team development. But we know that team development is a process by which teams come together and organize themselves to achieve their objectives through developing effective relationships both within and outside the teams. So this is the explanation of team development. Then our question is asking us to identify the stage of team development that is being highlighted in the scenario that we are given. But we know that we've got various stages of team development that we have. We can have forming as one of the stages, and also there's also storming as one of them, one of the stages of team development. So, but by looking in our scenario, you would see that there is a key area that we have there where they are saying team members often question each other's ideas and opinions. That's where the key is, and we know that this relates to the storming stage. Because the storming stage explains that as team members become more familiar with one another, they work and their work and expectations and their confidence also become in consideration, and willingness to challenge increases. So in this case, you would see that this is actually relating to the scenario that you are given there, and you would see that under storming also, they may now begin to challenge ways of doing things. So as they challenge ways of doing things, that's where they are now asking questions. That is being highlighted here, that members often question each other. So in the process of conflict, usually under storming, in the process of conflict can emerge. You can see that we might have conflict emerging in the process of storming, and as people share opinions, also feel more able to disagree with one another. So this is the scenario that we have in terms of storming, and the scenario that we are given there is relating to the storming. So if you go to our answer section, you'll see that we have got the storming being highlighted there as our stage of team development. So going back there, you see that the question is now asking, motivate your answer. So obviously, by motivating, we are justifying why did we choose team storming as a team development stage. You'd see that we have an area that we are saying this one is highlighting why are we choosing storming. That we have the last sentence saying during the meeting sessions, team members often question each other's ideas and opinions. So obviously, that's where we are going to make a reference. So going to answer section, you would see that there is a reference that is being made in terms of the motivation, where it's reading. During the meeting session, team members often question each other's ideas and opinions, which is the motivation that we have. So this is what we have on 3.3. On 3.3.1, and now we are moving on to 3.3.2, where it needs to explain 2 other stages of team development, and it's got 8 marks. So obviously, we said we've got other stages of team development that we have that we also want to look at. So let's just try to. So the other two stages of team development that we want to look at, we have got the forming stage and we also have the performing stage. So going to our answer section, you'll see that we are going to start with the forming stage. But we know that at the forming stage explains that as team members are focused in learning about the objectives of the team and task. So in this forming stage, that's where team members are focused and they are learning about objectives of the team and tasks. So you'd see that also under forming stage productivity, and conflict are both low. They are very low in terms of us having productivity and conflict. It's very low as team members explore how to work together. So that's the forming stage. So the explanation that we have there, that is reiterating the explanation that I've given, is saying individuals gather information or impressions about each other, the scope of the task, and how to approach it is under the forming stage. So this is what we have. So moving on to the second point, you'd see that the second point is saying this is a comfortable stage to be in as the work has not yet started. And then the third point, individuals focus on being busy with the routine tasks such as team organization, who does what, and etc. Then next point, individuals are motivated by the desire or drive to be accepted by fellow team members. Then on the last point, team members can determine how each one as an individual will respond under pressure. So these are some of the additional points that you can also include under the forming stage. And our question is asking us for two other stages of team development. So I would want to look at the next stage that we can also look at, which is performing stage. So we also have the performance stage, which can also be explained as working as team towards a goal. So under the performing stage, we'll see that it is characterized by high levels of commitment. That is, performing team is now stable, and we see that the performing team is now organized under performing stage, and also it is also efficient. So you see that consensus is easily achieved through shared understanding of goals and motivations that is under the performing stage. So in the event of conflict, it is dealt with effectively. So these are one of the positives that we can deduce from the performing stage. So the explanation that we have here in terms of performing stage is that team members are aware of strategies and aims of the team. They have a direction without interference from the team leader. Processes and structures are set, and then leaders delegate and oversee the processes and procedures. And then all members are now competent, autonomous, and able to handle the decision-making process without supervision. Then on the next point, differences among members are appreciated and used to enhance the team's performance. Then on the last point, team members find ways to complete tasks without conflict or external supervision. So these are some of the additional points that we can include on the performing stage. So going on to the next question, which is now a 3.4. Let's just try to see. It says, explain the advantage of working with others to solve problems. So here, the question is asking us on the advantages of including other people when we are solving problems. Obviously, we are going to solve this problem in a better way because we are going to have different ideas coming from different people. That becomes an advantage. We have got different views coming in so that we can solve a problem. So those are some of the advantages that we can include here. So going on to our response section, you'd see that we have got advantages of working with others to solve problems. Then one of them is that there is a collection of different perspectives which can be viewed. So we have got different perspectives coming from different people, since we are having other people that are involved there in the solution of that problem. So it becomes a positive. Then second point is saying access to a broader base of skills, knowledge, and experience. Obviously, the people that are coming in, they've got different skills that we are going to integrate or combine, and to get a better, effective way of dealing with the situation. So also, we are going to also to encounter different knowledge coming from different people, and the experiences also from those different people is also going to be a positive. So this is what we have on the second point. So if I looked at the first point, second point, now we are looking at the third point, saying hope to hear once to get more ideas. So it also becomes a positive. Then learning from one another. which is also clear, and then encourages the principle of synergy to produce greater results. So the principle of synergy on its own, these are efforts that are combined to accomplish more than one could do alone. So when we have got efforts that are being combined together, that's what we call synergy. And obviously, the effort is going to be more forceful as compared to one person. So this is what we have in terms of synergy. So the point is reading encourages the principle of synergy to produce greater results. So the principle of synergy obviously is going to result in greater results. So we also have a last point saying workload decreases and everyone share the problem. Obviously, we are going to share the problem, and it's not going to be a burden on one person, and that becomes an advantage of working with others to solve problems. So this is the last point that we have on the last question. Hopefully this video was helpful. Let's not forget to subscribe and share. Let's share the link to our colleagues who are doing grade 11 business studies. More typical examination questions are going to be uploaded. Let's get notified. Let's turn off the notification button so that we get notified of our new uploads. As for this video, I'm signing out. Let's meet again in the next video.